2006, the world's greatest piece of fan fiction was written. Consider this, the feature-length adaptation. Part 1 of 2, Part 2 coming soon. Featuring Sorrow TV. So turn off the lights. Get comfy. It's story time. I am all. It's story time. Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway. And I have long ebony black hair. That's how I got my name. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I'm also a witch, and I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England, where I'm in the 7th year. I'm a goth, and I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic, and I buy all my clothes from there. A lot of preps stare at me. I put up my middle finger at them.
"Hey, Ebony!" I shouted.
I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy. "What's up, Draco?" I asked.
"Nothing," I said shyly.
But then, I heard my friends call me, and I had to go away. Chapter 2, Author's Note. Thanks to Bloody Tears 666 again for helping me with the chapter. By the way, prep stop flaming my story, okay? The next day I woke up in my bedroom. I opened the door of my coffin and drank some blood from a bottle I had. I got out of my coffin and took off my giant My Chemical Romance t-shirt, which I used for pajamas. Instead, I put on a black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black fishnets. I put on 4 pairs of earrings in my pierced ears and put my hair in a kind of messy bun. My friend Willow, author's note, Raven, this is you, woke up and then grinned at me. She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with a black mini, fishnets, and pointy high-heeled boots. We put on our makeup, black lipstick, white foundation, and black eyeliner.
"OMFG, I saw you talking to Draco Malfoy yesterday," I said excitedly.
Yeah, so, I said blushing.
"Do you like Draco?" I asked as we went out of the Slytherin common room and into the Great Hall.
No, I so f***ing don't, I shouted.
"Yeah, right," I exclaimed.
Just then, Draco walked up to me.
"Hi," I said.
Hi, I replied flirtily.
"Guess what?" I said.
What? I asked.
"Well, Good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade," I told her.
Oh my f***ing god, I screamed. I love Good Charlotte. They are my favorite band besides My Chemical Romance.
"Well, do you want to go with me?" I asked.
I gasped. Chapter 3, Author's Note. Stop flaming the story, preps, okay? Otherwise, thanks to the Gothics people for the good reviews. Thanks again, Raven. On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace-up boots and high heels. Underneath, there were rich red fishnets. Then I put on this black mini dress with all of this corset stuff. I put on matching fishnets on my arms. I straightened my hair and made it look all spiky. I felt a little depressed then, so I slit open one of my wrists.
"Oh my god!"
As you do. I read a depressing book while I waited for it to stop bleeding, and I listened to some Good Charlotte. I painted my nails black and put on tons of black eyeliner. Then I put on some black lipstick. I didn't put on foundation because I was pale anyway. I drank some human blood, so I was ready to go to the concert. I went outside. Draco was waiting there in front of his flying car. He was wearing a Simple Plan t-shirt. They would play at the show too. Baggy black skater pants, black nail polish, and a little eyeliner. Author's note. A lot for cool boys were it okay. What? Hi, Draco, I said in a depressed voice.
"Hi, Ebony," I said back. We walked into my flying black Mercedes-Benz. The license plate said 666. And flew to the place with the concert. On the way, we listened excitedly to Good Charlotte and Marilyn Manson. We both smoked cigarettes and drugs.
Naturally.
When we got there, we both hopped out of the car. We went to the mosh pit at the front of the stage and jumped up and down as we listened to Good Charlotte.
Joel is so fucking hot, I said to Draco, pointing to him as he sang, filling the club with his amazing voice. Suddenly, Draco looked sad. What's wrong? I asked as we moshed to the music. Then I caught on. Hey, it's okay. I don't like him better than you, I said.
Really? I asked sensitively as I put my arm around her, all protective.
Really? I said. Besides, I don't even know Joel, and he's going out with Hillary f***ing Duff. I f***ing hate that little bitch, I said disgustedly, thinking of her ugly blonde face.
The night went on really well, and I had a great time. So did Draco. After the concert, we drank some beer and asked Benji and Joel for their autographs and photos with them. We got good Charlotte concert tees. Draco and I crawled back into the Mercedes-Benz, but Draco didn't go back into Hogwarts. Instead, he drove the car into the Forbidden Forest.
Chapter 4. I said stop flaming, okay? Ebony's name is Inobi, not Mary Sue, okay? Draco is so in love with her that he is acting different. They knew each other before, okay? Draco, I shouted. What the f***? Do you think you're doing?
Draco didn't answer, but he stopped the flying car, and he walked out of it. I walked out of it too, curiously.
What the f***ing hell? I asked angrily.
Ebony? He asked.
What? I snapped.
Draco leaned in extra close, and I looked into his gothic red eyes. He was wearing color contacts, which revealed so much depressing sorrow and evilness. And then suddenly, I didn't feel mad anymore. And then, suddenly, just as Draco kissed me passionately. Draco climbed on top of me, and we started to make out keenly against a tree. He took off my top, and I took off his clothes. I even took off my bra. Then he put his thingy into my you-know-what, and we did it for the first time. Dear God.
Oh, I screamed. I was beginning to get an orgasm. I started to kiss everywhere, and my pale body became all warm. And then...
What the hell you doing, motherfuckers?
it was Dumbledore. Chapter 5. Author's note. Stop flaming. If you flame, it means you are prep or a poser. The only reason Dumbledore swore is because he had a headache, okay? And on top of that, he was mad at them for having sex. P.S. I'm not updating until I get 5 good reviews. Dumbledore made, and Draco and I follow him. He kept shouting us angrily.
You ludicrous fools! I shouted.
I started to cry, tears of blood down my pallid face. Draco comforted me. When we went back to the castle, Dumbledore took us to Professor Snape and Professor McGonagall, who were both looking very angry.
They were having sexual intercourse in the Forbidden Forest! He yelled in a furious voice.
Why did you do such a thing, you mediocre dunces? Asked Professor McGonagall.
How dare you? Demanded Professor Snape. And then Draco shrieked, Because I love her!
Everyone was quiet. Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall still looked mad, but Professor Snape said,
Fine. Very well. You may go up to your rooms.
Draco and I went upstairs while the teachers glared at us.
Are you okay, Ebony? Draco asked gingerly.
Yeah, I guess. I lied. I went to the girls' dorm and brushed my teeth and my hair and changed into a low-cut black floor-length dress with red lace all around it that had black high heels. When I came out, Draco was standing in front of the bathroom. He had started to sing I Just Want to Live by Good Charlotte. I was so flattered, even though he wasn't supposed to be there. We hugged and kissed. After that, we said goodnight, and he reluctantly went back to his room. Chapter 6. Shut up, preps, okay? P.S. I won't update until you give me good reviews. The next day I woke up in my coffin. I put on a black miniskirt that was ripped all around the edges, and a matching top with red skulls all over it and high-heeled boots that were black. I put on 2 pairs of skull earrings and 2 crosses in my ears. I spray painted my hair with In the Great Hall, I ate some Count Chocula cereal with blood instead of milk. And a glass of red blood. Suddenly, someone bumped into me. All the blood spilled all over my top. Bastard! I shouted angrily. I regretted saying it when I looked up. I was looking into the pale white face of a gothic boy with spiky black hair and red streaks in it. He was wearing so much eyeliner that it was going down his face, and he was wearing black lipstick. He didn't have glasses anymore, and now he was wearing red contact lenses just like Draco's, and there was no scar on his forehead anymore. He had a manly stubble on his chin. He had a sexy English accent. He looked exactly like Joel Madden. He was so sexy that my body went all hot when I saw him, kind of like an erection, only I'm a girl, so I didn't get one, you sicko.
I'm so sorry, I said in a shy voice.
That's all right. What's your name? I questioned.
My name's Harry Potter, although most people call me Vampire these days, I grumbled.
Why? I exclaimed.
Because I love the taste of human blood, I giggled.
Well, I am a vampire, I confessed.
Really? I whimpered.
Yeah, I roared. We sat down for a while, then Draco came up behind me and told me he had a surprise for me, so I went away with him. Chapter 7. Bring Me to Life. Author's note. Well, okay guys, I'm only writing this because I got 5 God reviews. And by the way, I won't write next chapter till I get 10 good voms. Stop flaming or I'll report you. Ebony isn't a Mary Sue, okay? She isn't perfect. She's a Satanist. She has problems and she's depressed for God's sake. Draco and I held our pale white hands with black nail polish and went upstairs. I was wearing red Satanist sings on my nails in red nail polish. Author's note. See, does that sound like a Meru Sue to you? I waved to Vampire. I guess he was jealous of me, that I was going out with Draco. Anyway, I went upstairs excitedly with Draco. We went to his room, and I locked the door. Then we started Frenching passively. Then we took off each other's clothes enthusiastically. He felt me up before I took off my top. Then I took off my black leather bra, and he took off his pants. We went on the bed and started making out naked. Then he put his boy's thingy in mine, and we had sex. See, is that stupid? Oh, Draco, I shouted, while getting an orgasm, when all of a sudden I saw a tattoo, and I had never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, in bloody goth writing, were the words, Vampire. I was so angry. You bastard, I shouted angrily, jumping out of bed.
No, but you don't understand, Draco pleaded. But she knew too much.
No, you f***ing idiot, I shouted. You probably have AIDS anyway. I put on my clothes all huffily and then stomped out. Draco ran out even though he was naked. He had a really big you-know-what, but I was too mad to care. I stomped out and did so until I was in the vampire's classroom, where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people. Vampire Potter, you mother. Chapter 8. Author's note. Stop flassing, okay? If you do, then you are a prep. Everyone in the class stared at me, and then Draco came into the room, even though he was naked, and started begging me to take him back.
Ebony, it's not what you think, he screamed sadly.
My friend Bloody Mary Smith smiled at me understandingly. She flipped her long waist-length gothic black hair and opened her crimson eyes like blood that she was wearing contact lenses on. She had pale white skin that she was wearing white makeup on. Hermione was kidnapped when she was born. Her real parents are vampires, and one of them is a witch, but Voldemort killed her mother, and her father committed suicide because he was depressed about it. She still has nightmares about it, and she is very haunted and depressed. It also turns out Her real last name is Smith and not Granger. Since she had converted to Satanism, she is in Slytherin now, not Gryffindor.
What is it that you desire, you ridiculous dimwit? Snape demeaned angrily in his cold voice, but I ignored him.
Vampire, I can't believe you cheated on me with Draco, I shouted at him.
I don't know why Ebony was so mad at me. I had went out with Vampire. I'm bi, and so is Ebony, for a while. But then he broke my heart. He dumped me because he liked Brittany, a stupid preppy f***er. We're just good friends now. He'd gone through horrible problems, and now he was gothic. Haha, like I would hang out with a prep. But I'm not going out with Draco anymore, said Vampire.
Yeah, f***ing right. F*** off, you bastard, I screamed. I ran out of the room into the Forbidden Forest, where I had lost my virility to Draco, and then I started to bust into tears. Chapter 9, Author's Note. Stop flaming, okay? I didn't read all the books. This is from the movie, okay? So it's not my fault if Dumbledore swears. The Swedes, I said he had a headache, and the reason Snap doesn't like Harry now is because he Christian and Vampire is a Satanist. My Chemical Romance rocks. I was so mad and sad, I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me. I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. Then, all of a suddenly, an horrible man with red eyes and no nose and everything started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose, basically like Voldemort in the movie, and he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't gothic. It was Voldemort. No, I shouted in a scared voice, but then Voldemort shouted, Imperial! And I couldn't run away. Crookshanks, I shouted at him. Voldemort fell off his broom and started to scream. I felt bad for him, even though I'm a sadist, so I stopped.
Ebony! I yelled.
It's always for a quick second. Like, I had my emotions, but then also I'm Satan.
I thought about Vampire and his 6-hour eyes, and his gothic black hair, and how his face looks just like Joel Madden. I remember that Draco had said I didn't understand, so I thought, what if Draco went out with Vampire before I went out with him and they broke up? No, Voldemort,
yes.
I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. No, please, I begged.
Thou must, I yelled. If thou dost not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco.
How did he know? I asked in a surprised way.
Voldemort got a dude, you're so retarded look on his face. I hath telekinesis, he answered cruelly. And if you doth not kill Vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco, he shouted. Then he flew away angrily on his broomstick.
Oh, I need a recycle.
I was so scared and mad I didn't know what to do. Suddenly, Draco came into the woods. Draco, I said, hi.
Hi, he said back, but his face was all sad. He was wearing white foundation and messy eyeliner, kind of like a pentagram. Get it? Between Joel Madden and Gerard Way.
Are you okay? I asked.
No,
Oh,
he answered.
like a 5 shots.
I'm sorry I
insta
got all
break.
mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me. I expelled.
That's okay, he said, all depressed, and we went back into Hogwarts together making out.
Chapter 10.
Simultaneous.
Author's note. Stop it, you gay Fs. If you do not like my story, then f*** off. P.S. It turns out Bloody Mary isn't a muggle, a furt owl, and she a vampire are evil, that's why they moved houses, okay?
I don't
Okay.
know.
I was really scared about Voldemort all day. I was even upset, went to rehearsals with my gothic metal band, Bloody Gothic Rose 666. Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't coming, and we wrote songs instead. I knew Draco was probably slitting his wrists. He wouldn't die because he was a vampire too, and the only way you can kill a vampire is with a C-R-O-S-S. There's no way I'm writing that. Or a stake. And Vampire was probably watching a depressing movie like The Corpse Bride. I put on a black leather shirt that showed off my boobs and tiny matching miniskirt that said Simple Plan on the butt. You might think I'm a slut, but I'm really not. We were singing a cover of Helena, and at the end of the song, I suddenly bust into tears. Ebony, are you okay? Bloody Mary asked in a concerted voice.
Bloody.
What the fuck do you think? I asked angrily. And then I said, well, Voldemort came and the f***ing bastard told me to f***ing kill Harry. But I don't want to kill him because he's really nice, even if he did go out with Draco. But if I don't kill Harry, then Voldemort will kill Draco. I burst into tears. Suddenly, Draco jumped out from behind a wall.
Why didn't you f***ing tell me? I shouted. How could you f***ing poser muggle bitch? See, is that out of character?
I started to cry and cry. Draco started to cry too, all sensitive. Then he ran out crying. We practiced for 1 more hour. Then suddenly Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fiery, and I knew this time it wasn't because he had a headache.
What have you done? He started to cry wisely. See, that's basically not swearing, and this time he was really upset, and you will see why. Ebony Draco has been found in his room. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists! What?
Chapter 11.
But I thought you needed a cross
Author's
or a
note.
stake.
I said stop flaming
I'm
you preps.
so invested.
See if this chapter are stupid 11111. I deals with really serious issues. See for yourself if it's stupid. BRW thanks to my friend Raven for helping me. No, I screamed. I was horrified. Bloody Mary tried to comfort me, but I told her to f*** off. And I ran to my room crying to myself. Dumbledore chased after me, shouting, but he had to stop when I went to my room because he would look like a perv that way if he went in. Anyway, I started crying tears of blood, and then I slit both my wrists. They got all over my clothes, so I took them off and jumped into the bath angrily, while I went to put on Linkin Park at full volume. I grabbed a stake and almost stuck it into my heart to commit suicide. I was so fucking depressed. I got out of the bathtub and put on a black low-cut dress with lace all over it, sandly. What? I put on black high heels with pink metal stuff on the ends and 6 pairs of skull earrings. I couldn't believe this. Then I looked out the window and screamed. Snap was spying on me, and he was taking a videotape of me, and Lupin was masticating to it. They were masticating is chewing, by the way.
Yep.
And they were sitting on their broomsticks. Ooh, you f***ing pervs. Stop looking at me naked. Are you pedos or what? I screamed, putting a black towel on with a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. Suddenly, Vampire ran in.
Abracadabra! He yelled at Snape and Lupin, pointing his womb. I took my gun and shot Snape and Lupin a gazillion times, and they both started screaming, and the camera broke. Suddenly, Dumbledore ran in. Ebony, it has been revealed that someone has... No! He shouted, looking at Snape and Lupin, and then waved his wand. And suddenly...
Hagrid ran outside on his broom and said, everyone, we need to talk. What do you know, Hagrid? You're just a little Hogwarts student.
I may be a Hogwarts student, Hagrid paused angrily. But I am also a Satanist! This cannot be, Snap said in a crisp voice, as blood dripped from his hand where Dumbledore's wand had shot him. What? What? Dude, I'm beyond lost at this point. There must be other factors.
You don't have any, I yelled in madly.
Lupin held up the camera, triumphantly. The lens may be ruined, but the tape is still there.
I felt faint, more than I normally do, like how it feels when you do not drink enough blood.
Why are you doing this?
A common
Lupin
problem
said
today,
angrily. Because
Because, Hargid said as he paused in the air dramatically, waving his wand in the air. Then swooped he in, singing to the tune of a gothic version of a song by 50 Cent. Because you're gothic, Snap asked in a little afraid voice, because he was afraid it meant he was connected with Satan. Because I love her.
Chapter 12, Author's Note. Stop F-ing, okay? Hargid is a pedo to a lot of people in American schools. Like that, I wanted to address the issue. How do you know, Snap? I am Kristen plus Hagrid isn't really in love with Ebony. That was Cedric, okay? I was about to slit my wrists again. With a silver knife that Draco had given me in case anything happened to him. No! I thought it was Hagrid, but it was Vampire. He started to scream.
Oh my fucking god, no! My scar hurts!
And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. I stopped. How did you know?
I saw it, and my scar turned back into a lightning bolt.
No! I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted.
I do, but Diabolo changed it into a pentagram for me, and I always cover it up with foundation. I said back. Anyway, my scar hurt and it turned back into the lightning bolt. Save me!
Then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has him bondage. Anyway, I was in the school nurse's office now, recovering from my slit wrists. Snap and Lupin and Harry was there too. They were going to St. Mango's after they recovered, because there were pedophiles, and you can't have those pervs teaching in a school with lots of hot girls. Dumbledore had constipated the Sidio camera. They took off me naked. I put up my middle finger at them. Anyway, Hagrid came into the hospital bed holding a bouquet of pink roses.
Enobi, I need to tell you something, Ig. I said in a be serious voice, giving her the roses.
Fuck off, I told him. You know I hate the f***ing color pink anyway, and I don't like f***ed up preps like you.
Fucking preps.
Hagrid had been mean to me before for being gothic.
Fucking shack.
No, Enobi. Hagrid says, those are not roses.
What, are they goths too, you poser prep? I asked because I was angry that he had bought me pink roses.
I saved your life! I yelled angrily.
No, you didn't, I replied. You saved me from getting a Paris Hilton pee video made from your shower scene and being viewed by Snape and Lupin, who masturbated. See, is that spelled wrong? Whatever, I yelled angrily. He pointed his wand at the pink roses.
These are roses. He suddenly looked at them with an evil look in his eye and muttered, well, if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say.
That's not a spell. That's a My Chemical Romance song, I corrected him wisely.
I know. I was just warming up my vocal cordes. Then he screamed, Petulus Marengo mi cremil chiluramasio.
For all you cool gothic My Chemical Romance fans out there, that is a tribute. Especially for Raven. I love you, girl. In my opinion, natto okeo.
And then the roses turned into a huge black flame floating in the middle of the air. And it was black. And I knew he wasn't a prep. Okay, I believe you now. What the fuck is Draco?
Hagrid rolled his eyes. I looked into the balls of flame, but I could see nothing.
You see, Enobi, Dumbledore said, watching the two of us watching the flame, to see what is in the flames. Ha ha ha, you reviewers flames, get it? You must find yourself first, Kay. No, I have find myself, okay, you mean old man, Hagrid yelled. Dumbledore looked shocked. I guess he didn't have a headache, or else he would have said something back. Hairgrid stormed off back into his bed.
Anyway, when I got better, I went upstairs and put on a black leather mini dress that was all ripped with lace
Go,
on
like,
it.
with the,
Then I put on some
Pocahontas.
corset stuff on the front. Then I put on some black fishnets and black high-heeled boots with pictures of Billy
I would have
Joe
the mask.
Armstrong on them. I put my hair all out around me so I looked like Samara from The Ring. If you don't know who she is, you are prep, so off. So I put on blood red lipstick, black eyeliner, and black lip gloss.
You look kawaii, girl. But Ludi Mary said sadly.
Fangs, get it? You do too, I said sadly. But I was still upset. I slit both my wrists, feeling totally depressed, and I sucked out all the blood. I cried again in my bathroom, and I put the shades on so Snap and Lupin couldn't spy on me this time. I went to
Not
some
this
classes.
time.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Vampire was in the hair of magic creatures. He looked all depressed because Draco had disappeared, and he had used to be in love with Draco. He was sucking some blood from a Hufflepuff.
Hi, he said in a depressed way.
Hi back, I said in a wickedly sad way. We both looked at each other for some time. Harry had beautiful, red gothic eyes, so much like Draco's. Then, we jumped on each other and started screwing each other.
Well, that was quick.
Stop it now, you horny simpletons!
Shouted Professor McGoggle, who was watching us, and so was everyone else.
Vampire, you f***er, I started slapping him. Stop trying to screw me. You know I love Draco, I shouted, then I ran away angrily. Chapter 13. Vampire and I run up the stairs looking for Dumbledore. We were so scared.
Dumbledore!
Dumbledore! We both yelled. Dumbledore came there.
What is it that you want now, you despicable snobs? He asked angrily.
Voldemort
has
hesitated.
Draco!
We shouted at the same time. He laughed in an evil voice.
No,
don't!
don't! We need to save Draco!
We begged.
No, he said meanly. I don't give a darn what Voldemort does
Holy
to
shit.
Draco.
He said darn.
Not after how much he misbehaved in school, especially with you, Ebony, he said while he frowned looking at me.
Alright, let's go.
Besides, I never liked him that much anyway. Then he walked away. Vampire started crying. My Draco! He moaned.
Author's note. Don't you think gay guys are like so hot? It's
Double
okay.
off the drugs.
I tried to help him, but that didn't stop
I
him.
can,
He
if I
started
might
to
wanna
cry
invest in
tears
more
of
fuel
blood.
cells, 'cause I can
And
get
then
like
he had a
1 million
brainstorm.
drones that, like,
I had an
can't really be
idea!
shot, that'd be fucking
He
bomb-ass.
exclaimed.
What? I
They are
asked
slowly
him.
dying.
You'll see, he said. He took out his
That
wand
is
and
not
did a spell.
ideal. I'll be real honest. It's not
Then, suddenly, we were in Voldemort's lair.
We ran with our wands out, just as we heard the croon voice say, "Allah Kedavra." It was Voldemort. Chapter 14. Author's note. Off preps, okay? Raven Fangs for helping again. I'm sorry I couldn't update, but I was depressed and had to go to the hospital because I slit my wrists.
Oh, God.
P.S. I'm not updating till I give you my 10 good reviews. Warning, some of this chapter is extremely scray. Viewer excretion advised. We ran into where
excretion.
Voldemort was.
No,
It
Michael
turned
Faraday.
out that Voldemort wasn't there. Instead, the fat guy
I
who
always
killed
love a
Cedric
reputation
was.
for my expression.
Draco was there crying tears of blood. Snaketail was torturing him.
People live their authentic lives.
Vampire and I ran in front of the Snaketail.
Read my sight, you despicable preps, he shouted as we started shooting him with the gun. He then looked at me, and he fell down with a lovey-dovey look in his eyes.
Doc, he said.
In Dis, he is 16 years old, so he's not a pedophile, okay?
Oh, well that's...
Huh? I asked.
Inobi,
Alright.
I love you. Will you have sex with me? Asked Snaketail.
I started laughing crudely. What the fuck? You torture my boyfriend and then you expect me to you? God, you are so fucked up, you fucking bastard, I said angrily. And then I stabbed him in the heart. Blood poured out like a fountain.
No! he screamed. He started screaming and running around. Then he fell down and died. I burst into tears sadly. "Snaketail, what art thou doing?" called Voldemort. Then he started coming. We could hear his high heels clacking to us. So we got on our broomsticks and we flew to Hogwarts. We went to my room. Vampire went away. There I started crying. "What's wrong, honey?" asked Draco, taking off his clothes so we could screw.
He had a sex pack. Get it? Because he's so sexy. And a really huge you-know-what and everything.
I don't know.
It's
Honestly.
so unfair, I yielded. Why can't I just be ugly or plain like all the other girls and preps here except for Baludi Mary? Because she's not ugly or anything.
Why would you want to be ugly?
Bloody
I don't
Mary.
like the preps anyway. They're such f***ing sluts. Answered Draco.
Whoa.
Yeah, but everyone is in love with me. Like Snape and Lupin took a video of me naked. Hagrid says he's in love with me. Vampires like me, and now even Snaketail is in love with me. I just want to be with you, okay,
Snaketail's
Draco? Why couldn't Satan have made me less beautiful? I shouted angrily.
Yeah,
Author's
Satan.
note. Don't worry, Enobi
always-
isn't a
always
snob
Satan
or
fucking
anything,
up.
but a lot
Up
of people have
good
told her
old-
she's
good old
pretty.
American.
I'm good at too many things.
I guess they're British too.
Why can't I just be normal? It's a fucking curse. I shouted and then I ran away. Chapter 15. Author's note. Stop flaming, okay? By the way, you suck from no on every time someone flams me, I'm gonna slit my wrists.
Jesus.
Thanks to Raven for helping.
Ebony, Ebony, shouted Draco sadly.
Like
No,
my
please
rating,
come
or else
back.
I die.
But I was too mad. Whatever.
Fuck.
Now you can go and have sex with vampire, I shouted. I stormed into my room and closed my black door with the blood red key.
You know, we gave
Then
it
I
a
looked
good
at my
hard try.
black Good Charlotte watch and noticed that it was time to go to biology. I put on a short, ripped black gothic dress that said anarchy on the front in blood red letters, and it was all ripped and with a spiky belt. Under that, I put on ripped black fishnets and boots that said Joel all over them in blood red letters. I put my ebony black hair out. Anyway, I went downstairs feeling all sad and depressed as usual. I did some advanced biology work. I was turning a bloody pentagram into a black guitar. Suddenly the guitar turned to Draco.
Enobi, I love you, I shouted sadly. I do not care what those fucker preps and posers think. You're the most beautiful girl in the world. Before I met you, I used to want to commit suicide all the time. Now I just want to f***ing be with you. I fucking love you.
Pull it like this.
Then he started to sing The Chronicles of Life and Death. We considered it our song now, because we fell in love when Joel was singing it. Oh my God, I said after he was finished. Some preps stared at us, but I just stuck my middle finger up at them. They were
you,
covered in
preps.
black nail polish, and were intertwined with Draco's now. I love you, I said, and then we started to kiss. Then we went away holding hands. Lupin shouted at us, but he stopped because everyone was clapping by how sexy we looked together. Then I saw a poster saying that MCR would have a concert in Hogsmeade right then. We looked at each other all shocked, and then we went together.
Isn't that adorable?
To be continued. Question mark? Like bloody question mark. Next time on My Immortal. Ebony and Draco go to the My Chemical Romance concert. But they're in for a big surprise.
I wonder what will happen. Do I want to keep watching it? What should I watch? I'll put like an Elmwood video on. Fuck it.
Oh my god. What are these streets? Jesus. Oh, it's Twitter and Reddit embed video, so triplets.
Stream, we can talk after. Just chill in the living room. Have that respect.
You have no respect for me. I don't want to hear respect.
I've been had respect for you all the time.
Wait.
Let me finish stream. I'll be off in like an hour and a half, 2 hours. We can talk after. What are you doing?
I told you. Stop embarrassing me.
How is that embarrassing you?
That is embarrassing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because you're b***ing around.
What are you doing?
You're b***ing around.
Nah, just get off the screen.
No! Delete the tweet.
Nah. Yes, I am. You don't know how to act.
You don't know how to act.
I've been know how to act. You don't know how to act.
Yeah.
This girl is insane. Holy shit.
Come on, Daddy.
Hey, chill. Don't touch me.
This is the kind of person that's outside your f***ing door at 2 a.m. pounding on it, screaming, okay? That they want a key that they want back in.
Get your stuff.
No.
Hey, chill. No, hey, no, look. Hey, what you not gonna do? Don't touch my food.
Okay.
All this shit off. I'm trying to. Come out. Delete what? But I don't want to be with you no more.
Oh, yep.
Well,
There it is.
self-fulfilling prophecy.
Bro, stop hitting my shit. Weird, bro.
Unlucky.
Did you talk about the Kylie Jenner thing and the GoFundMe? No, why is Kylie Jenner doing anything with a GoFundMe? Isn't she rich as fuck? Her makeup? Oh, over the makeup artist thing. That seemed really dumb to me. She's literally a B billionaire, right? But if dumb fucks will pay for it, why not? If you're literally a billionaire with a B, like a B billionaire, that's an unfathomable amount of money. Why wouldn't you just pay for it? That seems really stupid to me. Yeah, I don't know. The Kylie Jenner thing seems kind of indefensible. I'm not too sure about that one. You heard of this thing called BIPOC?
I almost asked this question yesterday when we looked at the meme where it had all the the pronouns or whatever, and they had them all. Is it bi person of color? That's my guess, but I have no idea.
No. Okay. I'm laughing at you, but it makes sense you would think that. So, it stands for black, comma, indigenous, comma, and persons of color.
Oh, I had no idea.
So apparently, black people and indigenous people don't like being...
Just being called POC?
Yeah, so they're like, fuck that. We're gonna make a new acronym. We're gonna take us out of it. And then the rest of the shitters, Hispanic, Asian people, they can all stay in the person of color category, but we get our own words now.
Hold on, it gets dumber than that. It gets even dumber, because there's another definition, which is specifically just black and indigenous people of color. It means both at the same time.
Wait, what definition? What other definition?
If you look up BIPOC, sometimes when people say it, they mean specifically black and indigenous people, and not all the other
persons
racial
of color,
minorities.
they mean people of color. So it's just those two.
Oh, no, just black people though, because they don't want to be included in the POC.
With the indigenous? Oh yeah.
Wouldn't it, or I guess you can. What? So why are indigenous people now grouped with black people? How did that happen? Because they suffer disproportion under law enforcement. Do that many indigenous people?
Yeah, law enforcement kind of, I guess.
It feels like there are so few
black
indigenous
people were
people.
never genocided, right? So.
Well, what do you mean by genocided?
Well, as in indigenous people were generally straight up fucking genocided, but black people weren't. So. Seems kind of weird to lump them together.
Kind of, yeah. The only thing I would technically, you can argue that black people were maybe culturally genocided when they brought over. They were forced to drop a lot of their culture, but generally, I agree with you.
Well, African people then, but African American culture was created as a result of slavery. So.
Sure. So wait, are you trying to say that they're better off because of that, or?
No, I'm saying African Americans as a group didn't exist beforehand, so you can't really say they're culturally genocide. They were culturally birthed, right?
Oh, okay. So if I get a new name for black people, then I can say they were never enslaved because they were just created. So BIPOCs were never enslaved because BIPOCs didn't exist until 2021.
What?
That's what you're saying?
What is happening? Yeah, racism solves, Steven. You did it.
Thanks. True.
By the way, Mr. Mitten, I need to. If any conversation comes up today about like BIPOC or anything like that, just steer clear.
Oh, too late. I already got him on that.
He already did it. He already talked about it.
Why you know better to participate?
Moon
in
agreed with me on
conversations like
everything.
that.
Said it's a
God.
dumb acronym.
Great.
He
Great
trued
job,
me.
Mr. Moon.
Oh, I didn't say it was dumb. I just said I didn't know what it meant.
He said it was dumb, and he trued me.
I think it's fine.
Wait, what is this?
No, it's a dumb acronym.
Dan?
The Scrub King. You're not going to be able to save us, okay? I know you think.
What do you
will.
mean?
Wait, what do you mean by that, Dan?
I'll be right back.
Do you mean I'm not a proper
Where did he
authority on
go?
that?
Wait, what?
Wow, cowardice Dan, slinking away again.
Wait, why are you comparing him to a snake? Because he's Jewish?
Wait, what?
Wait, why did that come to your mind? Snake. Slink. Huh?
Snakes don't slink. What kind of snakes are you looking at?
What do you mean they don't slink?
That's what I said. Snakes don't slink. They
How would
slither.
you say not?
Wait, have you
They
seen a
slink and
slinky?
slither. Yeah?
Have you seen a snake move like that before?
Yeah, I have.
Really?
Problem? Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I wonder what kind of snakes you're looking at, man. That sounds like a fetish snake. Sounds like you're watching a little bit too much cartoon porn there, Moon.
Don't tread on me. So Twitch said they were giving everybody, all the partners, just no ads.
Oh yeah.
But it was like some random dude at Twitch who said that, not actually like the higher ups. It wasn't ever, I don't think it was ever actually released.
Wait, really?
It's
That's
so
such an
dummy.
easy thing to do. Like, why does it matter? You're not losing
I-
that much revenue.
Yeah, I rebought.
Maybe they're that desperate to
my
fill ads.
Yeah, I also had to rebuy Nitro.
I had to
but
rebuy
listen,
my Nitro. Yeah.
It's like, come on, dude. Like the people
Oh,
that
son of a
literally make
bitch.
your shit.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. It just
Even
seems-
S-Fan noticed it. He tweeted about it. Yeah.
I mean, it's Amazon that runs it. What are you gonna do?
Amazon that runs what?
I mean, that owns Twitch. You know.
I don't think
Squeezing
Amazon
every dollar.
runs Twitch.
I mean, I think there's definitely Amazon people at the top of Twitch that make decisions.
Historically, I thought when Amazon acquired companies, they generally put hands off. No, like that would be directives in terms of like profit and shit. But I think they, for the most part, I think they leave the company up to the people that were owning it before, unless they've like put in their own people or something.
The
Now
difference bought Twitch as a Prime factory.
Yeah. Update. Now this feature is officially scaled back. It is only available to partners who are live streaming. So if you don't want any ads, just turn on your fucking stream, I guess.
I'm just gonna have my stream on 24/7.
Fucking
my
dumb.
How many people do you think are watching streams while they're streaming?
I guess it's so that if you want to
I think
watch
it's for
somebody
people to
else's
go over,
stream,
yeah.
maybe you won't get an ad.
Well, yeah, if you want to like tune in to see like what fucking your, I don't know, coworkers are doing.
Oh, so that's all I am to you as a coworker?
No, I couldn't think of.
Well, you're not a coworker anymore. You're below us.
Oh, am I? Is that true, Dan?
Well, I
He's
mean,
not below us, Dan.
well, I mean, he's not even an affiliate, really.
Dan, he fucking towers over you.
Dan.
No,
real life.
no.
Dan,
I
you're
don't
like
think so.
5'4".
Dan, you're like the little
That is not
baby
true.
thing that like swims under my fin, and then you eat the remains of what I digest. Okay.
That'd be a wait. That's like a remora to a shark.
Sure.
Yeah, you're a remora.
Yeah. Oh.
Cell phone.
Why are you laughing? I'm the one who
damn.
came up with the term.
Remoron?
No, remora.
He didn't come up with it, he
Oh
was
my
coined it.
god! You didn't come up with it, Dan. You were just the inspiration for it. Well, I don't know about that laugh. I meant. You mean cringe, Dan?
Bro, I didn't even slam my shit this fucking hard though. I promise
I hope she's fired. I hope she's fired, and I hope she can never work again in this industry. Go do something completely different. Go do something completely different. Wait, let's read if this is actually true. I'm actually curious. Show it on screen. Oh fuck, I'm so sorry. What am I doing? I don't know. I don't remember how to stream. So, okay. A Vogue new girl got hired as an editor. I think she's 26 or 27 years old, and all the staff came together. All the snowflakes came together. It's like, when she was 17, she made some very offensive tweets about Asians outperforming her in school. It was incredibly racist, and she got fired after one fucking day. So fucking stupid. But apparently, senior teen Vogue staffer who supported the ouster of new editor used the N-word in tweets a decade ago. Uh-oh.
Get fucked.
Senior social media manager at Teen Vogue wrote 2 tweets in 2009 to a friend identifying him as a N-I-G-G-A. Uh-oh. The soft A. 2 times. The friend to whom the comment were addressed to appeared to be white.
Plus you're white.
and she privated her Twitter.
Alright, that's good enough for the stage.
I love the contradictory nature of the phrase white. Oh no. Oh no.
Contradictory phrase, you say? What do you mean by that? God, I need like a ukulele or some shit.
Please, if she, dude, I have no power. I was gonna say she should get fired. Get her the fuck out. I hope she gets immediately shit canned. What a fucking loser. What is this stupid shit? Hold on. This can't be real. I don't believe this is real.
No, it's absolutely fake. Demi boy?
Well,
I don't know.
none of the individual labels I think are fake.
You have to have a strong bond with the person.
That is
Yeah, dude. So super unique. It's like being a sapiosexual when you're attracted to a person's mind.
My buddy Simon and
Yeah.
I were chilling when his kitty litter roof
As opposed to normal people that,
Can I get some condolences?
you know, don't care about people's minds at all. Yeah,
Could be a literal fucking vegetable.
exactly. Here's what a bad turn. Do you call yourself that?
Vegetable?
Stupid. Oh, wait, why are you being ableist?
Well, yeah, see, you know, I don't know what's good anymore. Back when I learned to
Well,
speak
back when you could say the N-word?
No, I learned to speak through television, okay? And I'm pretty sure in one of the hospital documentaries or whatever shows that I'm on watch, they called people like in a vegetative or vegetable state or whatever. So you know what?
And you know what?
That was what I was going for.
House made fun of trans people, so you're gonna go ahead and do that too?
Did they? When?
House makes fun of trans people all the time. He hated trans people.
When? No, I no.
Oh, you don't think that House was transphobic ever?
I don't think that he blatantly said, "I hate trans people."
Oh, yeah. Oh, so they have to. If they don't come out and say, "I hate trans people," that means they're not transphobic. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. You know what? In the show of House, I don't think that he was ever transphobic.
Link the clip. Oh wait. You want to bet?
Yeah, $5.
Make it. Let's make it $35, Mooten.
No, I'm.
That's what I thought.
Right
there
now.
it is.
Let's
there
just
it
make
is.
5.
No, let's do $35, Mooten.
Okay, well, I want.
There you go.
Confident enough.
See?
I'm only confident enough for 5.
That's what I thought. Look at the walk. Look at him walking it back, guys. There is like some 9-part series on House or whatever, and one of the analyses was that House was like a very anti-structural guy. So like House always like shits on like everything traditional, right? Like, oh, marriage is so dumb and life is so pointless, right? And all that stuff. But the guy mentioned that it was funny that even if that was true, you can't like escape the context or the culture that you're writing in. So you would expect that like if House was written today and like a conservative came into his office and was like talking about how he didn't think trans people were real, like House would probably say something like very edgy about like how like, oh, well, like all gender is arbitrary and blah, blah, blah. Like you'd imagine he would say something like postmodern like that, because that kind of seemed to be like the kind of person that House was.
His character-ish.
Yeah, it seems like it, yeah. But in the show, when there were trans people brought up, he would constantly make fun of their pronouns. Like,
wait, did he really? I don't remember this at all. Oh.
Because I think there was one. Did he call her an it or something? There was one where like he was like call he or him or her or whatever into the office. He like just blatantly made fun. But it was like the show was written in like what 2006 or something, or I don't remember. Yeah, he might have called somebody else like a she-male or yeah.
Oh, wow.
Jesus Christ, I didn't.
So if the show was back then, well, would he have been? I mean, if it's written for his like character, or whatever, would he have been like more supporting? I guess. Or
well, he probably would be if he was written today. But the problem is just that like even if you do have a character that's like ultra smart or ultra edgy or progressive, like you're still gonna be like a product of the time you were written in, right? Like it's not like the writers can be like actual gods or something. Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh yeah, like he brought. Remember when he did a double date with Wilson, and he brought like a trans hooker as like a joke.
Yeah, I remember the double
yeah.
date, yeah. The lady was very offended.
Yeah, and the joke was literally just that like.
He's a trans person.
Yeah, And then the other part of the joke was like, oh my god, this person is trans, but somehow they're still getting along with the other people at dinner, and House is upset because he brought a trans person. So obviously they're supposed to be like a freak that nobody could get along with.
A big issue.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was like literally the joke. But it's just interesting. The thing is that House wasn't framed as being bad when he was being anti-trans. Well, that's because trans issues were still like so. Our culture has changed like an unbelievably quick amount when it comes to like, I would say trans people is a pretty big test of like how far we've moved in the past. I guess I'd say 15 years.
I think we've
even
moved
10
online.
years.
I don't know if we've moved in like.
Not
for the
every
average
individual
person.
has, but like I would say that like trans acceptance in like mainstream culture, at least, like how it's shown on TV and stuff, is way, way, way
Is
different
way,
than
way
it was even 10 years ago. Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner was probably a big deal.
There's like a sweet spot for, I don't know, people who are like nicer, and it seems to be it's like our generation-ish, or are like the nicest ones. I noticed this with like door knocking. If you go knock on like a 50-year-old person's door, they'll tell you to fuck off almost immediately. But if you knock on like a 20-year-old to 30, you will for sure get like a brief 10, 20-second like outage or whatever of like your words before they say like, oh,
Outage of your word.
Maybe, sure. I wonder if that's only with white people though, because I'm trying to think, because that was, I didn't knock that much in Omaha, but that was kind of my experience too. But old black people in Georgia were super ultra friendly.
I think that might just be Georgia.
Maybe,
right?
yeah. Well,
Is it
because
just the South?
middle-aged or younger-ish, so like 30s black people seem to be like a little bit more curt or a little bit more rude, whereas like the older black people seem to be like way, way, way more friendly. So I don't know. That could be a Georgia thing. It could be a black person thing. It could be a culture down there thing. It could be a, I have no idea. It's hard to say. I don't have a big enough sample size.
What do I have? Duct tape in case your mom gets out.
What the fuck? Rotting corpse. Destiny's surface level, brain dead take on the chess scene in Code Geass triggered the fuck out of me. Schneisel made the illegal move on purpose to see how Zero reacts. It was all mind games to get a clearer view of his personality. If he appealed to the rules and called the move illegal, it'd make him look like a hypocrite since Zero's success was all about ignoring the so-called rules of war. He took the king, he'd only win because Schneisel let him. So Zero moved his king away to save his pride. Maybe if Destiny watched subbed anime, he'd know. Cringe. There are a million other ways you could illustrate this idea, okay? This is cringe. Don't do it. Don't use games and do dumb things with them, okay? That's what I'm gonna say. And you know what? You don't deserve a further response because you're a fucking weeb. Alright? Will be nimble. AstroTurfing isn't new because of Elon. AstroTurfing refers to AstroTurf, the fake grass that we put on football fields. Yes, I understand that AstroTurfing was fake grass. The reason why people use AstroTurf to describe like weird stuff that happens online is because Elon Musk was originally launching rockets into space, and now he's going to make Starlink, which is supposed to give us internet access. But people are worried that the only type of people that would subscribe to Starlink are people that go and troll online.
I don't know.
Hence, astroturfing, right, is where the term comes from. From Alex. Destiny should just join the Republican Party already. What a dumb fuck. JKRT. Destiny doesn't know that Karl Marx would be center-right in Europe. He was the compromise. True. Fucking true. Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed. You got it from my. I don't want to hear you talk. How do I mute myself? Oh, pop-ups that pop up over the controls of the video. Great.
Okay, that's something. What else is there to react to? Is anyone in chat? Keynoting and photo pair. Whatever your guys' deal is. I don't know. I don't know, is there something else good to watch? The minute, hour.
Okay, just got back from the coffee shop, just around the corner. Something kind of crazy just happened. I walked in there, and I've never been to this place before. And I go up and I ask the lady, "Do you have this menu's very big and confusing. I don't see just regular coffee, just a normal size, a normal amount of coffee, and just a normal coffee. Do you have that?" And so I actually just said, "Do you have coffee?" She says, "Yes." It's $1.50. I pull out my card. I don't have cash on me. And she gives me this look. She gives me a real, and I'm saying this now, she gives me a real done-up look. A look that she's practiced. You see? This is the sort of look that I'm getting. It's something that has intention. And it hits me at 1,000 miles per hour, right in the face. It hits me really hard because it's early in the morning and I haven't had my coffee yet. And as soon as it hits me, I can feel that I'm giving a reactionary look. A look just appears. And I'm starting to spread this look around the cafe. I just start to, turn left and right, and I've just got this look on my face, like, what is this look? And I sort of look at the other people's faces, and I'm sort of asking for them to make a look as well. And I can't help but think when I turn my head back to the cashier, and she's still giving me this look, and I can't help but think, how crazy is that she could give me this look, and I've barely even said anything. And I'm just standing there in front of the register, thinking about this.
Oh,
and
fuck yeah. Early game.
It really rattled me. Why do looks matter? Why does it worry us when people look at us? Why does it worry us even more when we look at ourselves? I don't know the answer to these questions. But I know that people like to look. They do, they can't help it. People like you and me like to see how things are, see how they work. But when you look too hard, you look like a jerk. Why can't we just let all the earth rejoice together and we shall be as one? All I'm saying is don't look at me because I don't like the way you look. Let all the earth grow to know one another and live beneath the sun. You know what? I thank you to never look at me again. And I said that to them. I was furious. And I could feel this rage bubbling up inside of me. It was lifting my arms up to either side and extending my fists and then finally 2 middle fingers. And I twirled playfully around the cafe. And I windmilled my double bird so everyone could see. And I ran to the door and I kicked it open. And I ran out into the street. And I punched the street. And I said everything I could think of. But I had nothing to say. So I zipped up and I walked home. And then I recorded this.
Wow. What about 2 beetle guards? Oh, right, I have the double thing, so I guess... So I get double... Huh. I didn't know that did that. So did it give me double beetle guard but would have the health for each other? Curious. Let's get through the wave before we put up another one. I'll put up something terribly offensive. That video fucking slaps. Alright, let me hit him with it.
Okay, I don't even know how to describe this. I was standing in line at the bank, and I'm about 3 people behind the first available teller. And the people are just like sort of filing in and out, going to the available tellers. Suddenly it's my turn, and the guy behind me, right before I go up, says something incredibly offensive. And so offensive that I don't even feel comfortable saying it. I would never say it. And the fact that anybody said that gets me kind of angry. When I'm looking at this guy, what the heck is going through your head that makes you think it's okay to talk to me like that? And so I grab him. I grab him hard, and I bop. I bop him on the head with my head. I give him a head bop. Oh, and he doesn't appreciate that. He'd rather not have that happen. That's for sure. But I bop him again. And I say, don't you ever say that. You could hurt someone's feelings. And he gets the message at that point. That's when he understands. It makes me sick. It makes me sick to my stomach to even think about it. That someone could say that? I'm sorry to get so riled up, but you can't say that. You can't. Not anymore. You're lucky I don't get a little more serious with you, you know? Cut your nuts off, huh?
Oh, fuck.
I'll do it. Don't fuck with me, man. Don't fuck with me. I'll fuck with your nuts, huh? I'll fuck them off. I'll cut you into little pieces, huh? You think I won't cut you? You think I won't cut you into little tiny chunks? You don't know me at all. Tell them, boys. Oh, you don't even let him chop you. Don't fuck with this guy. He's the one, okay? Yeah. These are my boys, and they're always with me. And they support what I say. Thank you, boys. You made the boss happy. Yeah. The boss is happy. That means alright. So I'm not gonna cut you today.
I'm just being honest.
Cut you some slack. I'm gonna cut you some. Cut you some slack. The only thing I'm gonna cut you today is some slack. Huh? I got it. I figured it out. I can handle it. You're giving me a little bit too much, alright? I need you to back off. Okay? Fuck off, boys. You know what? I don't like saying fuck off to my boys. They don't deserve that. But that's the sort of person that I have to be. Because of people like you. You make it rotten for all of us. And it's just not fair. And I'm just not gonna take it anymore. You have to change.
Lag spike.
And I take his head into my hands and I bop him one final time. And then he's gone.
That's good though. Let's see. What's another good? Ooh. Buddy.
The year is 2091.
I
And
always
there
think
is
it's like
a
the
prison
eye.
on the moon.
It's like there's like a big
Only
alive
the world's
thing. I
worst
would look at it
criminals
like
are sent
a
there.
mouth.
We want them to die on the
And then with
moon.
blink
But
white
some are
eyes.
granted the possibility of parole, the chance to return to their home planet. If you would like to see a moon parole hearing, focus your mind's eye to these mental coordinates.
nice now. I'm happy that I'm nice, and I'm nice because I'm happy. It's a beautiful upward spiral of positive activity in my brain. And I don't feel like one part of me wants to kill a kid. I don't feel like even the smallest atom in my body has a desire to murder a child. It's gone from me. I don't have it anymore. And I feel bad about it. I feel so bad about it. And I just believe now with all my heart, you could put a child in front of me, 1,000 children.
1,000 children?
And I could look each one of them in the face, and I could get down on my knees, and I could say, son, I don't want to kill you. And they would look me back and they would say, thank you. And I believe that if I have the opportunity to find another person to share my life with and to be connected with, I promise that I would not kill her either. I just would not do it. I just wish I could get back to just old Mama Earth. Oh, Mama Earth, how I do miss you. Oh, how I miss rolling around in your dirt. Oh, that sweet old earthy mama. Oh, but the moon is cruel. The moon doesn't want to hear about it. Not like Mama Earth. Mama Earth, you could just settle down in a little cozy spot. Get yourself wedged into one of Mama Earth's many nooks and crannies, and oh, Mama Earth, let me tell you what's wrong. And I'm much nicer now. Everything's all better. I feel much better. Thank you for having me. I really did appreciate the time that I spent here, and I am desperately ready to get back to old Mama Earth. And I think if you ask anybody, I think they would say, he's a nice man.
We're sorry, denied.
Oh, god damn it, motherfucker!
We're sorry, denied.
I'm gonna rip your fucking heart out, you piece of shit! I'll have
Denied.
all your fucking heads!
Denied.
Take your head.
Denied. 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 Denied.
That's why they're on the moon, folks. Now imagine this.
That one's got that, like, just the weird energy they really need. Nope. Alright, I don't think the gold chest is here this time. Oh, get fucking cucked. Yep. Figured it'd be vagrants. Down.
you know what, man? I just got to tell you, that's a really nice grill you got there. That's a really nice grill you got there, man. It's nice, right? It's really nice. 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 Check out this part right here. Let me just open it up. Oh, yeah. Oh. Then I'll close it. Oh, there it goes. And I'll bring it back. Yeah, here it is again. Yeah. Oh, it's really nice. It's really nice. It's really nice. Watch this right here. Here. Ah! Oh! Oh! Whoa! 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 Jeez! Holy cow! It's a beautiful thing. It really is. It really is beautiful. Yeah. Can I ask you something? Yeah, man. Pretty serious? Yeah, of course. Will you grill me on this grill? Wow. Is that crazy?
No. Is that crazy?
Is that crazy? I wouldn't even be one to say. Really? You know, who am I to... I hate living. I hate my family. But I love grilling. I don't see any other option. Well, that sounds like a really tough situation, man. And I just want you to know that I'm here for you. It has to be done. It has to be done. It has to be done. All right? It has to be done, okay? Let's do it. Whew. You know, is it even big enough? What? What the fuck does that mean? You don't think this grill is big enough to grill me? This grill can grill anything. It's you. It's you. You don't have the balls to grill me. You don't have the balls to close the lid. It's you. But it's not your choice anymore. Because I'm getting grilled today. And when I
I need. Oh, I don't even remember. Oh, would you look at this? Would you look at this? It's one of those high blood pressure readers at the supermarket. I've always wanted to try one of these. Oh, would you look at me? I'm actually doing it. Oh my god. Okay. Now wait a second. Where do I put the quarter? Oh, here we are.
Hello there. Put your arm in the sleeve.
Oh my, yes sir.
Okay, now relax your arm.
Okay.
Y'all relax now. 190 over 85. High.
Oh no. Oh, maybe it's just because the machine startled me.
200 over 95. High.
Oh no. It's going up.
105. Very high.
Honey, listen to me. I'm trapped in a supermarket blood pressure reader and I don't know what to do.
Honey. What?
I told you I'm in the supermarket blood pressure reader and I am absolutely losing it, sweetheart. I'm turning
Listen, I gotta
purple.
call you back, sweetheart. I gotta.
Honey, listen to me.
I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm sure you're not purple. I'm sure you're not purple. You're beautiful, all right? I love you. Bye-bye. 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 Ma'am. You owe me, ma'am. You owe me $2.50 for the additional readouts. Please put the quarters in the slot. Please put the quarters in the slot. Now. Please put the quarters in the slot. Now, please.
I don't have that many quarters.
Please put the quarters in the slot. Now. Please put the quarters in the slot. Now.
I'll tell you what. I'll go get some. I'll go get some if you let go of my arm.
Are you trying to trick me, bitch?
Heads up. Your loader fucking's got damage output. Nobody's fucking business. One second, shitheads. Gotta grab this guy. haven't seen this one.
Why are people done talking about Fight Club? I freaking love Fight Club. I'm not done talking about it. I'm not done saying the references. I'm always saying the references. Like yesterday, this guy at my work, he says, "Hey, could you clean the bathroom?" So I look him dead in the eyes, blank my face, and I say, "I am Jack's total lack of surprise that you just asked me to do that." I know that's not an exact quote from Fight Club. I've been making these references for 20 years. I never do them straight anymore. I am way beyond that. Way beyond that. I make up my own Fight Club quotes. Like another day, one of my bosses, he's asking me, "Hey, buddy, I'm gonna need you to stay a few hours late today." And in my head, I'm like, this is something that Fight Club made me understand. That like, who you are in your head, and what you are, who you are on the outside is like different, right? So on the inside, I'm like, what the fuck? Fuck this motherfucker! I gotta go home to watch Fight Club. But on the outside, I say, "I am Tyler Durden, and I'm going straight to hell." And I slap myself on the face, and I smack myself on the ass. He just stays there looking at me. He's just standing there totally blanked out. And I'm like, "It's Fight Club." And he's like, "No one ever says that in Fight Club." And I'm like, "I make up my own Fight Club quotes." And he's like, "I need you to stay late." And I'm like, "I can't. I got Fight Club." And he says, "Oh yeah?" And I say, "Yeah." And he says, "Oh yeah?" And I say, "Yeah, motherfucker!" In my head. That last part in my head. Then he says, "Well, you just broke the first rule of Fight Club." And I'm like, "Oh shit. He's right. My boss just used my own dang Fight Club logic against me. I was dominating this conversation, and now the tables have flipped." And then I start thinking the bad thoughts. I start thinking, maybe I'm not Tyler Durden. Maybe I'm Edward Norton. Spineless shit. And my boss, he sees this going through my mind. He says, "Hey, why don't you just go home early, okay? You seem really tired, and you look like a fucking ghost. Really, it's breaking my fucking heart. It's breaking my heart, huh?" And I'm like, damn. And I lean into him and I say, "Thank you, Tyler." Then I back up and I try to wink a message to him in Morse code, but I screw it up so bad, it just seems like gibberish, and he's just like, "I don't know, I don't want to know what that was. I don't want to know what that was.
Alright, we're gonna
Please,
skip ahead. We're
just go
gonna
home."
Get to the,
So I do.
Get to the end.
So I do.
It's a lot more imps than I thought it would be. I'm not comfortable with this excessive amount of imps. Fuck me. I'm surprised I'm not perished yet. Sacrifice kind of compounds at a certain point. You're able to kill enough enemies to then like get stronger and stronger. You just fucking annihilate. Unless you get shit items. Like I'm commanding. Fucking left on dude. I can like launch it. Ooh. Now that's a spicy meatball right there. And we call that the obliterate on Monsoon. I don't even think I did Void Rope this time. That's pretty bomb ass. I've unlocked nothing because I basically currently have everything. Like I got all this equipment, all the monster log, the environments, all the survivors, all this, all that shit. Yeah, I think probably end it here for now. Maybe I'll come back on later. Do more Risk of Rain.